Hi, my name is Aubrianna Norris. I was born at Marion General. I am homeschooled, actually, so I'm graduating from homeschool. I'm going to be attending Liberty University online and majoring in psychology. I knew I wanted to go into psychology for a couple of years now. I've just always loved people, and I love studying people. What do I like to do for fun? Oh my. I am a dancer. I sew. I am also a videographer. I do a little photography. And I love writing. I write so much. Favorite cuisine? I have a favorite dish. They call it an ahi tuna stack. And the only place I've seen it is my favorite restaurant in Tennessee. It's avocado, mango, and tuna. It's wonderful. Foods I dislike. I've never been a fan of hot dogs. My favorite music to listen to would be Duran Duran, David Bowie, The Cars, or any kind of new wave 80s kind of thing. If I could go on vacation to anywhere in the world, it would have to be London. I love English culture. Dancing, I believe, is my favorite sport. I don't play any ball sports or anything. I love Lord of the Rings. I love Labyrinth. I love silent movies, like especially Charlie Chaplin. I also love a lot of 80s movies, so. I have one cat that was a stray who wandered up to my door 8 years ago. But since then, however, many more strays have wandered up to my door, and they've adopted us. There's a coconut milk cookie dough ice cream that I adore. For talents and gifts, I'd like to think that I'm creative and imaginative, passionate, eccentric. My favorite Bible verse would have to be Proverbs 29:25. I keep it on my phone, always. The fear of man bringeth a snare, but whoso putteth his trust in the Lord shall be safe. We went to Tennessee with Pastor and Miss Jill, and we were staying at this little B&B house. And in the corners of the living room, there were these two, like, egg-shaped wicker swings. And my dad and Pastor were sitting in them, and these swings are suspended by ropes hanging from the ceiling. So they decide that they're going to spin. So they wind themselves up, and they just, an astronomical amount of times, just wound themselves up, and then they just start spinning and spinning and spinning and going very fast. And by this time, Pastor's singing, "See the bright light shine," and he's just spinning like 20 times, honestly. And then they just like lurch to a stop, and I'm looking at them, and their bodies are just spinning. And like I literally thought they were gonna fall over. So us girls are just cracking up in the background. Oh, and then I think it might have been like later that day or maybe the next day. Pastor and I were sitting at the dinner table with our matching fuzzy hobbit feet. And we were glancing through the Lord of the Rings, just flipping through the pages. And we got onto this very deep topic of the Ents. And so, you know, we were talking about how long it takes for them to say things. And Pastor brought up the question of, what would they be like in a relationship? And he starts demonstrating like, "Hey, babe." And so we're laughing our heads off, you know, understanding, and all the other people at the dining room table are just looking at us like we're kind of crazy, but so yeah, those are my funny stories.